Deepak, I'd like to thank you once again for speaking to us on NewsX World. Viewers, we're tracking more developments coming in. We're now learning that India's Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal has confirmed that India and the United States are negotiating a bilateral trade agreement following Washington's decision to double tariffs on Indian goods, which was implemented on the 27th of August as a punitive response to India's continued imports of Russian oil. The US trade delegation has postponed its visit for the 6th round of discussions, which was originally scheduled for the 25th of August. Now, as of now, no new dates have been confirmed for the next round of talks. While there has been no date that has been finalized, India's Commerce Minister has emphasized that dialogue between India and the United States remains open and ongoing, with both sides seeking to find common ground despite the recent tariff escalation. Mr. Shyam Batra, a UK politician, is joining us on the broadcast to share his perspective. Thank you so much for taking our time speaking to us on NewsX World. Interesting statement by India's Commerce Minister stating that dialogue is still taking place between these two countries, because we've seen recent statements being made by close aides of Trump's trade advisor, Peter Navarro, who had called India as Kremlin's laundromat. He's been doubling down on his statements. Today itself, early this morning, he stated that Modi is in bed with Xi Jinping and Putin, referring to what's taken place at the SCO summit. What's taken place in Tianjin, do you think that has rung alarm bells in Washington?
Hi, thank you very much again for having me. I'm Shyam Batra. Let me break that question down for you, because before Trump came into power, India was always operating with Russia, China, all the other countries in the world. Don't forget, they also joined the BRICS community. And does that mean that he should be forced to resign from the BRICS community as well? But the oil saga has been going on for many, many years with Mr. Manmohan Singh, the old Prime Minister. So this is not new news. This is old news. They're just trying to back up their tariffs of 100%, which I disagree with. I think that Mr. Trump should have used the tariffs as a bargaining chip from the very beginning with all the countries in the world, and done an extremely low agreement so that everyone could escalate, everyone could start producing goods, making money. The whole world is in a mess right now. We have a complete mess. So the West is on one side and the others are on the other side. And you can clearly see the confliction of the Ukraine war and the oil and everything else. I mean, Russia has always dealt for the last 20 years, I think, with oil manufacturing, etc., with India and vice versa, and delivering goods, etc. This is not new news. I don't understand why Trump's associate is getting het up and then making accusations of double standards with Russia, when President Trump himself invites Putin to Alaska to talk about the Ukraine war and other things, no doubt, I'm sure. But the bilateral agreement, the trade agreement with the US, I mean, it has to be completely reconfigured. I think it will cripple India's situation with Apple and all these other US corporations that are there with 100% tariffs. I mean, that at the end of the day, as I've said on your shows many times, it affects all of the people in the countries as well. The consumers are buying the goods. You're attacking the manufacturers and saying, well, in another country, we're going to impose 100% tariffs. Like in England, we've had some kind of low tariffs, but on the other side, we've had high tariffs on steel and other things. And these things are being negotiated by the leaders, but they've never asked the people, do they want this? Should we have this? It is an important factor. If Mr. Trump wants to win a Nobel Peace Prize, I think he's going about it the complete wrong way. It doesn't work on the ground of the economical state. This is why India and the West are semi-segregated, let's say. India's kind of a neutral society, I think. I mean, they have also asked for some negotiations to happen with the war. Everybody is trying, I must say. But I've always said about the Ukraine war as well, it is up to the two leaders to come together with their teams to thrash this out as gentlemen, as honorable people, instead of slagging each other off and saying bad things. Okay, what's happened has happened. We can't turn the clock back, but we can make the future better. And I don't see that any reason why these two cannot come together. As I've said many times, I can negotiate this deal and make a better deal for the USA, for Zelensky, for Putin, because I know how to deal with these things. I'm just crying my eyes out here, looking at all of these people in all the countries trying to do the same thing and nothing's happening. You know, Putin is set in his ways. Zelensky is set in his ways. Give them both credit. They both are running their countries, their communities. But the most important angle is that when you've got bilateral trade agreements happening, they've got to be open and transparent. They've got to be cleared. And India must come forward and say, well, this doesn't work for us. What else is there for us to do with you? Why are we being imposed 100% tariffs? Because we're buying oil from Russia. But it's okay for America to buy oil from Russia. Do you think behind closed doors nothing happens? It always happens. You know, this is business in the world of war, politics, and everything else. And, you know, running for mayor of London, I've seen a large scale of what really happens in the Western and whole world.
Absolutely, sir. I'd like to thank you for taking our time speaking to NewsX. In fact, India's Petroleum Minister Hardeep Singh Puri has also